Welcome to tonight's concert. We will begin the night with the Brewton Middle School Beginning Band. The Beginning Band is mainly comprised of 5th graders, but there are a few 6th and 7th graders in the band as well. We always encourage students to join band whenever they can. Sometimes students move in, and at the school that they were attending previously, beginning band started in 6th grade, so they missed the opportunity, so we let them join a little bit later. Sometimes they do not gain an interest until a little bit later. So you will see a mix of the group tonight. We will begin our concert with a few selections from our method book. I feel it's important to include the method book in our concert for a couple of reasons. One, you paid for it. The second reason is because it shows the progress that we've made. We're going to start towards the beginning of the book and land where we have left off for the year so far. next selection is entitled Sword of Kings by Robert W. Smith. It draws upon the folklore surrounding King Arthur's mythical sword. Embedded in a large rock, it was said that the purest of heart and intentions could pull the mighty sword from the stone. Smith's composition for concert band recalls the glory and the intensity of Excalibur, using heroic fanfares and intense rhythmic interplay. As the band performs with only the purest of heart, the legend of Excalibur lives again.
make a few acknowledgments before we play our final piece. I would like to thank the Board of Education and Dr. Varner for all that they do to support the arts here at Brewton City Schools. I have worked other places, and I can tell you that it's not like this everywhere, so I'm very thankful for all that they do to support music education. I'd like to say thank you to Ms. Cave and Ms. Oliver for all that they do to support the band program. They do a lot of behind-the-scenes work that make my job easier, so I thank them for all of their support and help. I'd like to say thank you to the band boosters. They do numerous fundraisers throughout the year and just do so much to make sure that they do everything that they can to help the program have what it needs. So I just thank them for all of their effort and time that they put into the program. To Mr. Turk, you know, he's kind of an unsung hero. We don't talk about Mr. Turk as much as we should. If it wasn't for Mr. Turk, most of these students wouldn't be on the stage for me now. He instills a love of music into them at such a young age, and we just appreciate him so incredibly much. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Cornut for all of his invaluable help. He is a wealth of knowledge, and I just thank him for all that he does for the program and for making his face known at the middle school. A lot of times people that band direct at high schools do not come around to the middle school, and they never get to see the high school director. That's not the case here. He makes sure that he is here and lets the students know that they have a place in the band program at T.R. Miller. I'd like to say thank you to the parents, because it's not easy after a long day of work to come home and hear your child practice an instrument on their first year. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for getting them here tonight. Thank you for investing in the instrument and for just everything that you do to have the kid in band every day. To the students on this stage, we started beginning band this year like no other year. We were almost 6 feet apart. We couldn't quite accomplish that with my room, but it was amazing the difficulty that created with not being able to hear each other as well. It's really difficult on brass instruments if you're not getting the right note, or what we call partial, to be so far away from somebody to be able to match pitch. So it was a very big struggle at the beginning of the year. Luckily, our setup is not like that anymore, but it was a difficult start, but regardless of that, they have done everything that they need to do to be on target, so I appreciate them tonight. Our final piece for the evening is entitled Creepy Crawlies. Whether you love them or hate them, they're everywhere. We're talking about bugs. And Creepy Crawlies is a tribute to those infamous insects. The trumpets playing on their mouthpieces represents the buzzing of an annoying bug, and the foot stomp depicts his demise. The return of the main bug theme shows that although you can get rid of one pest, you can't get rid of them all. We hope you enjoy our final selection, Creepy Crawlies. Intermediate band. This group is comprised of second-year players, mainly in the 6th grade. Our first piece of the evening is an exciting piece by Greg Hillis entitled Alpha Squadron.
entitled Adrenaline Rush. Nothing can beat the exhilaration of facing stressful or dangerous circumstances. Athletes refer to the feeling of possessing extra strength, heightened sense, and increased heart and breathing rate. Adrenaline Rush is an absolute thriller for young bands. It receives its inspiration from the enthusiasm shown by many young students in music. It seeks to embody the very magic that is the ability of music to transcend all languages and communicate any emotion.
like to make a few acknowledgments before we play our final piece. I'd like to say thank you to the Board of Education and to Dr. Varner for all that they do to support the arts in Brewton City Schools. And I just thank them so much for believing in music education and for supporting us. It's not like that everywhere. I also want to say thank you to Ms. Cave and Ms. Oliver for all that they do to support music education and for all that they do behind the scenes to support us and to make things happen. I want to say thank you to the band boosters. Without them, we wouldn't have many of the things that we have in our band room. I love that they care about the middle school program and not just the high school program. They work to build both. They realize the importance of the middle school being what feeds into the high school. And it's also not like that everywhere, so I'm very thankful to the high school band boosters. I'm thankful to Mr. Turk. Without him, many of these students wouldn't be on the stage today. He's the one that instills a love of music into them at the elementary level, and I just thank him so much for all that he does. To Mr. Cornut, again, it's rare that you are in a program where the high school director comes to the middle school and wants to see the students. He realizes the importance that this is the feeder program and these are the students that will be in the high school program. And he makes sure that he encourages all of the students at BMS to go on to T.R. Miller. So I thank him for all of his help and all of his experience. To you as parents, thank you. It's not easy to come home after a long day of work and to hear your child practice sometimes. So thank you for making the investment in their instrument. That's not easy either. It's really scary to put that kind of money at that point on a 10-year-old. That's kind of frightening. So thank you for doing what you needed to do and for getting them here tonight. I would like to say thank you to the students. We all know this year has not been normal. I won't go into that because I think pandemic fatigue is real and we're probably all feeling it. But it's been a difficult year. They didn't get to finish beginning band last year, and they've come so far this year, and they're just willing in class to work with me to try to make up for the time that we lost in 2020. It got kind of interesting this past week. We had 2 injuries. I was ready to bubble wrap the rest of them because I didn't want to lose anybody else. But they have shown up tonight, and I think they're doing a great job, and I'm just very proud of them and all the effort that they're giving me in class. I look forward to third period every day. They're a very respectful group. They're a very kind group. So I look forward to third period every day, and I'm thankful that I get to teach her students. I also want to say, and she doesn't know I'm going to do this, so maybe she won't get mad at me, but I started a lot of percussion, which is drums, last year. Sadly, they were in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I only had 2 that were actually in 5th grade. So all of those students have moved up to advanced band. So that left Jada, and she's just doing a terrific job tonight. And I do have other, Now, before the others get jealous, I do have a few other people that are just one person to an instrument, but I just wanted to call her out because it's not easy to be a percussion and be back there completely, if you feel like you're on an island sometimes, to be completely alone. So I just wanted to say thank you to her for doing such a good job and for watching me. Our last piece tonight is entitled Aftershock by Larry Clark.